Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White. This is episode number 30, and in the last episode we did some fighting against Team Plasma in the Chargestone Cave. And that's where we left off, pretty much just in the middle of that. As you can see, there's a couple of Team Plasma grunts up there that I have not gotten to yet. We're going to be doing that in this episode, and hopefully getting all of the rest of Chargestone Cave finished in this episode, and if we don't, it may just be that we have to come back in to pick up some items, because I am a little bit afraid of also running out of repel, so that may set us back a little bit. Anywho, I apologize for how long it's been since I've posted a video. It's been quite a while, I do know, and I just had a bunch of stuff going on. I was planning a vacation, and just a bunch of stuff that, I don't know, life happens, I guess. Anywho, there's a Thunderstone down here, and you can use that to evolve Electric, which is the evolved form of Tynamo that can be found in the cave here, which I believe I went over in the last episode, so I'm not going to go over that again. The hope of Team Plasma, well, it has nothing to do with you, and so ensues a battle against the Team Plasma Grunts. But anyway, this should be a pretty easy battle. It's just a Leaper, Dark-type Pokemon. We should be able to take that out pretty easily with Servine. But yes, I am going to be getting back to my regular schedule for uploading, so I was just having some stuff going on, so now we'll be getting back to that. I know it was like 5 or 6 days without a video, but we'll be getting back to daily uploads and days where there's like 2, 3, 4 videos uploaded onto the channel. I plan on powering through the rest of Pokemon White and Metroid Prime. I've got about a month before I do go on vacation, so I want to get as much done as I possibly can. And we're about halfway done with White, and I don't think we're quite halfway done with Metroid Prime yet. It's probably going to be, I mean, I think I was only on episode like 11 at this point, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit before we get to the halfway point in that series. But White is actually going to be a longer series than Metroid is, so there will probably be days where I'm posting multiple White videos and only one single Metroid video. Also, the Metroid videos have been a little bit longer, so anyway, got confused by that Watchdog there, and thankfully I worked through it and went for a Leaf Blade to finish off the Watchdog, and that should grow Servine up to level number 34. I don't know why I called it a level number, that's kind of awkward. Nonetheless, I'm not sure entirely which way I was supposed to go here, so I'm going to try to go down. I'm thinking this is where the items would be, and it appears as though that is the case. It's going to be a trainer here, so I'll take the Lucky Egg from Servine, and we'll give it to Palpitoad, and let him take over this battle. Alright, so to the front you go. No, to the front you go, Palpitoad. Sweet. Alright, Ace Trainer. I'm really serious about training. Okay. You probably suck at battling, though. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, that she sends out that ground-type Drilver. Yeah, I'm thinking White is going to be about 60 episodes, give or take. Metroid's probably going to be along the lines of 30 to 40 episodes. And that's just in part due to the fact that Metroid has a lot of off-screen backtracking and whatnot, so anyway, after that I do have another game plan, and for those of you that were wondering, while I am on vacation, I will be posting videos. I'm trying to record ahead as much as possible so that I can post at least once every other day, or maybe once a day while I am on vacation, which is a 2-week vacation. So yeah, I'm headed back home, so it'll be cool. Alright, moving on. That's enough about my personal life. Let's talk about the game. Alright, Palpitoad grew up to level 34, so I'm going to switch him out for Zebstrika, and I'll give him the Lucky Egg as well. I'm going to be utilizing the Lucky Egg throughout most of this playthrough because it will help keep all of my team kind of together, and when it comes to fighting the Elite Four towards the end of the game, and the final boss that comes actually after that, which is kind of strange, but that's just how this game works. Yeah, the levels jump really, really fast, so even though I may be somewhat over-leveled for some of the trainers I will be fighting eventually, they're going to catch up really fast, so I'm not really too worried about over-leveling. Alright, so we've got a Gothita here, which is a pure Psychic-type Pokemon, and apparently it's tanky enough to take that Spark, and it goes for the Flatter, which raises our special attack by 2 levels and confuses us. It doesn't affect the damage that we would do for attacking ourselves, but it doesn't matter because we don't attack ourselves anyway. Ducklet is the next Pokemon. It's going to be a Water and Flying type, but while I'm confused, I don't trust Zebstrika to actually hit with an attack, so I'm going to switch out. And I'll switch out to Archon, Rock and Flying type, and yeah, we have the advantage. I guess Ducklet has the advantage on us too, but we're faster, and Ancient Power gets rid of Ducklet in one hit. Lilligant is the next Pokemon. It's the evolution of Petalil. It's a pure Grass-type Pokemon, and this thing can be kind of difficult to take down, especially when it goes for a Quiver Dance, which raises 3 stats simultaneously: special attack, special defense, and speed. So this thing could easily sweep your team if you let it get off a couple of Quiver Dances. It also likes to use Stun Spore and Sleep Powder in combination with that, so you could really be in trouble unless you resist Grass-type moves. Anyway, Acrobatics takes it out, and we're able to get that Hyper Potion to the left of where that trainer was. And over here we have a Rare Candy, and probably we'll put that to good use at some point when my Pokemon are a little bit difficult to level up. I don't know if I went this way. I don't think I did. Yeah, I have to use another for Repel, but I'm running low. I do think I'm going to have to come back into the cave after exiting out into the next city and grabbing some more max Repels. Boldore. I don't like Boldore. Never did. Alright, so where are my Repels? There we go. That was my last one. Crap. Okay. We might as well grab this item here, which is a Bright Powder. It's a held item that decreases the accuracy of any Pokemon attacking Pokemon that's holding the item. So it can be kind of useful, especially if your opponent likes to use things like Inferno, Dynamic Punch, Thunder, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump, anything that does not have the best accuracy. So to the south and then to the west in this room, there's going to be items and trainers. So I'm going to go to the south, we'll battle this guy and grab whatever item is over here, and then we're going to take the exit to the east because I'm out of repels, and this video would just end up being ridiculously long and boring if I just have to battle wild Pokemon every 5 seconds. So we have the evolution of Cottony here, and it's a Whimsicott, it's a pure Grass-type Pokemon. Now, how it's different from Lilligant is mostly its speed stat. This thing is very, very quick. It also can have the Prankster ability, which allows it to move first anytime that it's using a non-attacking move. So that's actually really good, especially in competitive battles. This thing can just wreak havoc on your team. Same thing with Sableye. With Sableye having the Prankster ability, it can immediately go first and outspeed any opposing Pokemon and use Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray, Toxic, and instantly get a status condition. It can also go first and use Recover when it shouldn't otherwise be able to go first, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, that new ability is actually really cool. Anyway, we have Tirtuga here. It's the other fossil Pokemon that we did not choose. The Water and Rock type Pokemon, so it is quad weak to Grass if you have it. I'm going to stick with Zebstrika here, though, and just go for 2 Sparks. It does have a ridiculous amount of physical defense, so Spark does take 2 hits to knock it out, but we get a decent amount of experience from it. And yeah, that's it for that battle. Alright, so let's see. We've got everybody at level 34 except for Archon, but I guess I'll just leave it how it is right now. Instead of going for that item, I'll get it in a minute, but we're going to go battle N over here first. That is unforgivable. I will separate Pokemon and people, and black and white will clearly be distinct. Only then will Pokemon become perfect beings. Yes, that is my dream. That is the dream I must fulfill. Cullination, do you have a dream of your own? Of course I do. It's to beat you. That's wonderful. I learned just what kind of dream you have in battle. So, before we can leave the cave, we're thrown into another battle against the king of Team Plasma here, N. And, like always, he's going to have Pokemon from around the area. He's got 4 Pokemon this time. He's going to start off with Boldore, level 28. It's a pure Rock-type Pokemon. It relies heavily on its attack and defense stats. both physical, obviously. Very poor special attack, although it doesn't really use it, except sometimes it occasionally would just go for, like, Power Gem, which is really stupid, but it is a special attack. Also has very poor special defense as well. It does have the Sturdy ability, so you're not going to be able to knock it out in one hit, regardless of what you use. And fortunately, Zebstrika is not able to overpower it physically, so as Zebstrika goes down there, send out Servine to clean up what's left of it. And we'll go for a Leaf Blade. It is a physical move, but it is super effective, and Boldore really didn't have that much health left to begin with, so Boldore does go down. Joltik is next. It's a bug and electric-type Pokemon, so don't really have anything that's going to be very good on it. Its main weaknesses are Rock and Fire, so I'm going to send out Archon here and go for the Ancient Power. And we are able to outspeed it, despite Joltik being very quick. Galvantula is even faster, so if it wasn't Galvantula, I don't think Archon would have outsped it. Nonetheless, Ancient Power takes out Joltik in one hit, and Archon goes up to level 34. Ferroseed is next, and this is perhaps one of the best Pokemon of this generation, especially when it comes to competitive battles yet again. It's a Grass and Steel-type Pokemon. It's not as great as the Bug and Steel-type combination that only has one weakness, because Grass and Steel is, of course, quad weak to fire like Bug and Steel is, but it also has a fighting weakness. This thing has ridiculous amounts of both special defense and physical defense, and it's just a monster. Especially once it evolves into Ferrothorn, this thing is just incredibly difficult to take down unless you can pull off a Flamethrower, Fire Blast, something of that nature. And even then, in some of the competitive battles that I've seen, there are times when Fire Blast does not take it out, despite being quad super effective. And I've seen that happen on Stab as well, without a Focus Sash. Anyway, I don't really have anything to use on it, so we'll just go for the Muddy Water there, and eventually it goes down. Clink is next. It's a pure Steel-type Pokemon, which is kind of unusual. But if you need a Steel-type, you can definitely pick up a Clink here in Chargestone Cave. It does have 3 evolutions in its... excuse me. It does have 3 evolutions in its line. And it does have a decent amount of physical attack. It does, unfortunately, have a pretty shallow move pool, and you're pretty much stuck using Gear Grind, Flash Cannon, Discharge, things of that nature. Other than that, you're kind of stuck when it comes to moves. But anyway, I'm able to take it out, and that does it for N. Alright, so, as if that could make me worthy to become friends with the legendary Pokemon. Oh, it's Bianca. Hey, what is up? Just a little further to Mistralton City. Yeah, thanks, Bianca. Way to point out the obvious. Bianca, you have good ears. I can't believe you heard Culination's voice from that far right. What? I didn't say anything. How did you hear me from the other side of the cave? Professor Juniper, what are you thinking? You appear to have no qualms about the relationship between Pokemon and people. You put Pokemon into categories using arbitrary rules and think you can understand them like that? The very idea of a Pokedex revolts me. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh my, looks like you're not my biggest fan. Yeah, no shit. Your opinion is understandable. It happens to be different from mine, which is equally understandable. How about if all people get to decide for themselves how to relate to Pokemon? You're saying I should just allow people to think whatever they want and treat Pokemon however they want, no matter whether the Pokemon suffer? It's pretty much what he's saying, man. I refuse to tolerate the existence of a world like that. And off he goes. He's throwing a little tantrum. He's acting like he's 4, but that's okay. Most bad guys do. Well, I didn't expect him to change his mind right away, but I hope he'll spend a little time trying to understand how others feel. Now then, I think I'll go collect a little more data. Even though a little bit earlier you said that there's no other data to be found, let's just forget about that. Of course you have miraculous amounts of new data to discover. Anywho, Juniper goes off, and we're left with Bianca here. I'm going to go with Professor now, because I'm her bodyguard. Because that's all Bianca's good for. Okay, well, we've made it to Mistralton City safely, barely, with our repels. So I'm going to head in here. We'll get ourselves healed up, and make sure that there's no items to be given by these. Oh, this guy right here will let you know what hidden power type your Pokemon can learn. Hidden Power is a TM, and it is amazing, again, for competitive battles. It's good for Wi-Fi battles, all that stuff. So if you do want to use hidden power, come to that guy to figure out what type it's going to be, because that's kind of important. Alright, so where are the repels? Well, we can buy super repels or max repels. I think we're going to go for the max repels this time. Why not? Let's upgrade. I'm going to buy 21 of them. I'm sure I'll have to buy a crap ton more eventually, especially with how fast I go through them in those caves. But 21 will be okay for now. So, alright, let's go clean up the rest of this cave, shall we? There's the max repels. Oh, I still have a repel from earlier. And there we go. I had a feeling it was just going to wear off right after I did that, and it did. Okay, so first things first, we should probably go to the south here because I knew there was an item down here. And there it is. And it is a magnet, so it's actually a useful item. It increases the power of electric-type moves when held. And then we have this trainer here who's going to be blocking, I'm guessing, another item or a shortcut or both. But anyway, I'm actually going to stop the episode here, and we'll battle this guy in the next episode. I didn't realize how long this video had gotten to. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 31. Game on!